The term Battlegrounds Games is honestly more widespread than ever nowadays, mostly because of the subgenre known as Battlegrounds and Fighting being added to Roblox, which then if you type into the Roblox search bar you get what you're probably thinking of right now. Anime fighting games, sandbox of endless brawling, and also Brookhaven? For this video, I just want to have a deep dive into Battlegrounds games and learn about what makes these games so special and what could make a great Battleground game. Spoiler alert! It's not a lot, but first of all, I think we should classify what makes a Battleground game. First of all, it's gotta have fighting, obviously. Usually having some pre-made characters to play as or items that make you fight with. Second, but optionally, it needs to have some kind of grinding factor. Pause. Third is that it usually needs a big and open map or even multiple maps, and they're good enough to explore and fight in. Fourth and finally is that you can fight everyone. On to the first game, which is... Yeah, that's right. Brickbattling games are counted as Battlegrounds games. I'd put Crossroads here, but that game's kinda dead. So we're gonna highlight Brickbattling with Sword Fight on the Heights 4. No one knows what happened to the other three. Svath has got to be one of the most popular classic games on Roblox. You've probably seen this map everywhere along with its Brick Battle siblings. Svath is also incredibly janky, which honestly I think that's why it's peaked. I mean, give Shedletsky a break. This game was made in 2008. It wasn't as advanced, but honestly Svath and the others are basically the blueprint for the Battleground games of today. So if anything, you should give these games a try. They're actually pretty fun to play. Moving on to another game that is technically a brick battle game, but it's different enough for me to count it as the next game. This game is where it's at, alright. Get ready for some massive memories if you played Roblox from 2018 to 2016. Shit, my script is f***ed up. It's brick battling, but you have absolutely no f***ing clue what you're gonna get next. Which is what makes this game fun. The surprise of random gears on whatever you're gonna get.
Back in my day, Lucky Blocks were the shit. They were one of the best Minecraft mods to get, but we couldn't because we could either 1, not even get Minecraft, or 2, Minecraft Pocket Edition, which you kids call it, what do you call it, Bedrock or some shit?
But in all seriousness, this was one of the closest things to Lucky Blocks we could have actually gotten. That, or whatever the hell free Minecraft was back then. And just from this alone, it's already fun to play with friends because of the chaos. But from before and now, who wouldn't enjoy this game? And you know what? Speaking of Randomizer, our next game... Item Asylum is what you call a randomizer game. These games give you a set of 4 or 5 items that will randomize every time you die. And usually these aren't gears. These are just whatever the f*** the devs were obsessed with at the time. You can go from fighting with a gun, to fighting with a sword, to fighting with... Item Asylum is more fun with friends, obviously. But I chose Item Asylum specifically and not the other popular randomizer games because it's one of the games with game modes like Juggernaut, Zombies... I think zombies, I don't know, I'm writing the script without a reference. Item Asylum is fun, alright, we all know that, but we can't always have fun in games all the time because next up is probably one of the most annoying and or fun anime games. You know we were getting into this part eventually. Come on, it's probably the first thing that comes to mind when I say Battlegrounds games. I don't like this because I consider there to be 2 types of anime Battlegrounds games. Sandbox and incredibly downright grindy as fuck, which I abbreviate to IDGAF, which no is not a coincidence. Sandbox games include your usual definition of a Battleground game, like Heroes Battlegrounds, Strongest Battlegrounds, JGS, or FNAF Battlegrounds. Usually you don't do much except fight people. Usually these games have set characters with their own unique moveset, and these characters are always from the anime. These characters are always from the anime in the game. And these characters are always from the anime the game is based on. So without further ado, first game. I know I wrote a script for this part, but f it, weeball. I don't really use Jujutsu Shenanigans for the Jujutsu. I mainly use it for the Shenanigans because me and my friends, we don't usually like, you know, play the game. What we do is we just make maps and then do shit there, I guess. But either way, the game is like really fun in general. Like just with the fighting and everything, yeah, it's fun. Especially when you got a Megumi, it's just fucking stupid at this point. But Yeah, no, it's fun. Yeah, it's fun.
I wonder who this is gonna be.
Oh my fucking, you haven't seen that? I see that shit!
Is this a Starbucks? Can I have the new Hoompa Loompa Appuccino Kima Shrino Steampa Timo Deluxe?
Manager!
Probably one of like the worst examples to represent the stand battleground games, but like, shut the fuck up. Never really played Sakura stand much, except for when my girlfriend wants to take pictures. But this game falls under the category of grindy as fuck, because you don't get much players to begin with. What you do have to do is to get them yourself, and usually it's grindy as fuck. I tried it out because I really wanted to get Okarune, but oh my god, it is going to take so long, which is why I don't really like it. It's because I can't read my script, which is why I don't really like it, but it's fun when you have the stands or specs you want. I only chose Sakura stand because it's the only one I can think of, but here's the only AUT thing you'll get. Anyways, next one. Here's the big mama of anime Battlegrounds games. TSB, the indisputable and best strategy game according to Roblox Creator Awards. When I say big mama, I don't mean that like it's popular. I mean it is, but like, no, that's not what I meant. I mean like, it's the ancestor of most anime Battlegrounds games, and yet, it sucks. Let me talk about the nomination to award winning situation, by the way. You can say that combos are, like, you know, strategizing. I don't think so, but sure, you can say that, but I think Tower Defense Simulator deserved it more, because, you know, it's a tower defense sim! That aside, TSB is very mid. I don't really find myself playing or enjoying this godforsaken game. Forsaken? TSB is just not my cup of tea, how hard I try to play it. I really don't see the appeal as much as the other Battlegrounds games I mentioned in this video, since honestly, it's just pretty boring to me. I don't know why, at least SS has some progression to it, and JJS is just... It's JJS, come on. But that's all the anime Battlegrounds games I'm gonna cover. Moving on to... I know Kaijus don't really technically count as anime, but I'm not trying to be racist or anything. They're both Japanese. Kaiju Arisen is here because I highly enjoy playing this game, and being my favorite Kaijus, of course. My main isn't technically a Kaiju, but either way, it's Ava 1. This game is honestly just so peak. It's great, it's funny, it's fun, it's all you want for a Kaiju Mecha Robo Weeb like me. Well, probably all except one thing. It's very fun and I highly recommend it, so give it a try whenever you can. And and to add some time on the video, here's something I'm... Zankoku na tenshi no yoni shounen yo shinwa ni nare. Bam bam ba na na ba 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 ba. In this category, it is mostly games that are not really Battlegrounds, but they have some elements, right? But really, these games just have the fighting and Battlegrounds genre, so really, they're most likely covering the fighting aspects more than the Battlegrounds. But with our criteria, maybe they can count. Take this selection with a grain of salt, because obviously they aren't what comes to mind when someone says Battlegrounds games, so just gawk and gasp at the selection I have for this section. Can't tell if you guys saw this coming, but yep, this game is counted. Anyways, welcome to Roblox Bedwars. It's Bedwars, but Roblox. Oh, and if you don't know what Bedwars is, it's basically like a game on this game called Minecraft in this server called the Hypixel, whatever that is. It's basically like a battle royale, capture the flag. I don't think I should explain what Bedwars is. Fuck this. Bedwars is not on the top of my list since first, I'm not good at PvP at this scale, especially with the jankiness Roblox has, but to me, that's also what makes it fun. But Bedwars is here because, well, come on, it's Bedwars. It's a front page game, and plus, it has a great following that it is still alive, right? Don't have much to say on Bedwars since I don't play it as often, but it does deserve a spot here on this list because I needed one game that isn't an anime I needed one game that isn't an anime Battlegrounds game with more than 5k players. Hopefully, this still has more than 5k. Look, I'm disappointed as you are, but the genre says it all. Look, I don't have anything to say about this fucking game. It's fucking Blade Ball. It's tennis with extra steps, and I don't even want to play this game as much because of how I just don't like this game. Okay, I don't want to look at it. I just want to move on from this game. Jesus fucking Christ. It's a randomizer game, expected to be a Battlegrounds game, but with how it plays, don't you think it's more like a shooter? Yeah, no, it's fighting in Battlegrounds. There's supposed to be a joke here. I have no clue what the f I was trying to. I honestly think Randomizer is better than Item Asylum, but the only reason why I put Item Asylum earlier is because Item Asylum is kind of more popular, while Randomizer is little less known. But other than that, it's so much more fun than your average Randomizer game, only because of the sort of fast-paced gameplay and the first-person view. How did I do that? What the fuck? It gives more opportunities for stupid shit like emotes and stuff like that. And also, there's Cloak. I love Cloak. The footage you see doesn't have Cloak footage, but like, I love Cloak. Cloak is awesome. Unfortunately, this game is counted, but anyways, let's get this over with. Zuga Warehouse, the practice range, Boombox massive rework, Soul Space Biograph and Katana small rework, Bad Hammers Black, Blocktails collab, skin rework, and finally, the comics. Fighting is a class-based shooter. Basically, you have a list of characters to choose from among 3 classes, which are usually tank, DPS, and support, or something along the lines of that. But fighting doesn't have that, only melee, range, and support, which is a unique take and doesn't allow a lot of bullying. Unlike some I have to clarify on what it is, because technically, by our common definition, it can count as a Battlegrounds game, but at the same time, you know, it's nothing like it. But, you know, the genre. And also, I can smell the rotting corpses, because the last 2 games, half my viewers have died, so I'm putting this here to wake y'all the f*** up. Oh wait, why am I trying? You're all dead. A lot of people look down on most Battlegrounds games, but that's mostly because of the copy-paste games that have been coming out. Y'all gotta know that Battlegrounds and fighting is an entire genre that can fit many kinds of games. Just so happens, and unfortunately, the same game trope is more popular than most of the good ones. I guess to conclude, what makes a good Battleground game is one, the cat's here. One that can be enjoyable by every and all kinds of people. Doesn't always have to be so unique, but something that is just fresh enough to catch the eyes of players and keep a good community and player base. Oh, and have some actual f***ing passion when making these games. Even the most mid ones have incredible charm to them that makes them fun and unique. Before I do end, I'd like to have some honorable mentions on Battlegrounds games. Alternate Battlegrounds, Heroes Battlegrounds, Kaiju Universe, rest in peace, Untitled Boxing Game, and finally, FNAF Battlegrounds. That's all I have for today. This one took way too long to make since I'm a bit of a procrastinator, and I did have to go to the hospital again. But other than that, yeah, that's the video. Don't catch a cold, stay at home, gang. Can you hop on the tracks or like just hop on the tracks? Just hop on the tracks.
What is this?
Just do it.
Ow, what the fuck?
Just do it.
What the hell?
Oh! Get in there. Where did he even go? Oh no, I see that. I see that. Why the fuck is there?